Hi, today I want to talk to you about the simple present verb tense. It's quite easy once you learn how to use it. So, the first thing we have to look at is that there are three very special verbs, be, have, and do. And what is important is, especially with the verb to be, is that it has three different conjugations depending on the subject. I am, you, we, and they are, he, she, and it is. For have and do, they, like other simple present verbs, have only two conjugations, and it's the he, she, and it you have to pay attention to because we add an S. So why do we use the simple present? We use it to talk about facts, the truth, habitual actions, or customs. So Sherry teaches in a high school. The sun rises in the morning. Marcus jogs every day. We celebrate Thanksgiving in October. Why doesn't that work? With the verb to be, it is its own verb structure, as I mentioned earlier, because it is an exception. So you have to remember it. I am, and then to make it negative, I am not. And a question, we put the verb in front of the subject. And of course, we follow that same structure depending on the subject pronoun. You are not, where are you? Example. That's an example. We use the verb to be to talk about our age. I am 27 years old. We use it to talk about emotions or states. They are tired. Size and shape. My cat is fat. Hunger or thirst. I am hungry. He isn't thirsty. And we also use it to talk about temperature and time. So it is cold out, or what time is it? I don't know why this doesn't work. Okay, all other verbs in the affirmative, remember when you come to the third person singular pronouns, he, she, and it, or you could name the person, obviously, we put an S on the verb. So he works, she plays, it studies, he watches. To make these verbs into a negative, I have to conjugate what we call the auxiliary verb. And the auxiliary verb for every verb in the simple present except the verb to be, so the auxiliary is do. I don't work, I don't study. You don't work, you don't study. But he, she, and it doesn't work or does not study. You know the S is here on my auxiliary. There is no S on the verb. It comes back to what we call the base form. For all other verbs, except the verb to be, when I make questions, again, I need an auxiliary. My auxiliary is the verb to do, and it follows that same rule. I use my auxiliary, do I, do you, does he, she, or it, and then my verb goes back to the base form. Remember that the auxiliary goes in front of the subject. So do they work? Does he study? Etc. There are some key words that will help you understand when you might need to use the simple present. These, some of the most common ones include always, frequently, generally, occasionally, sometimes, often, usually, and never. If you consult other websites, you will see where to put them in your sentence. Thank you for watching. I hope you have learned more about the simple present.